Please stand for the pledge, folks.
Please stand for this pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So good evening, as we are now about to embark on the, yes, thank you. There. We're about to embark on the public hearing section for the mooring ordinance. And I would like to note that we are not discussing anything about fees. That is not the purview of this committee. That is the purview of the select board, and they will discuss money, not us. We are here to discuss word changes on page 4 and on page 5. Page 4, registration is an item at the top of the page. Item 4 is that's section 8, and item 4 in section 8. Registration deadline for June 30th. A late fee will be assessed for all late registrations. The fee will be set by the Board of Selectmen in a fee schedule. That's how it's worded. The change happens in section 10, item 7. All moorings in this zone shall be permitted according to fee schedule. And it says then, right, according to fee schedule. And what it had said before was that the moorings would be permitted without a fee. That's all this is about, is the fact that it's being changed from without a fee to according to the town fee schedule. The floor is open for discussion.
Mr. Chair, page 6, so 7 is not a revision.
Right.
Item 7 for abandonment.
No.
And that C fee schedule is already there.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, fine. All right.
Anybody want, yes, sir, in the back?
Hi, my name is Matt Moynihan. I'm just curious, I'd like to hear from the party who's suggesting the change to the ordinance and what the rationale is behind it. Who's suggesting the change to the ordinance as it's currently written right now, and what's the rationale for it? I'm just curious.
Mr. Fahey, would you have any comment to that?
So the fee committee that was put together, just like the budget committee has recommended certain things, they went to the department heads and asked what they thought fees should be. They asked me about building permit fees and so forth, and I had suggested we raise some of those. We also don't charge for, I don't know if this is off the topic, but I'm just giving it the whole vernacular.
Yeah.
Driveway opening permits and tree trimming permits. So it was suggested we charge a minimum for those as well. This was more of an issue of equity in that if Jamie, the chair, wants to get a more, and he has to pay $200, but he's a resident of Harrison. You don't, because you own water on the you own property on the water, or water on the property, depending on what side of the bed you get up on. So this was just, they're not saying they're going to institute a fee. What they're saying is they recommended, the fee committee recommended this. Just like the budget committee will make their recommendations and the select board will go forward with it. But they couldn't recommend a fee for mooring when the ordinance didn't allow for a fee on certain moorings. So my understanding is, to give people a little bit of background on this, they're not looking to charge everybody $200 for a mooring. It would be, everybody pays one fee, 20 or 25 bucks annually, and that would be it. But again, that's up to the select board. So the fees committee had made these recommendations. In order to make those recommendations taken forward to the select board, the ordinance would have to be changed. So they came to the planning board, they rewrote the ordinance to remove no fees, and then it will go to the select board. But the select board can't decide if there's going to be fees unless the ordinance gets approved at town meeting. So the whole town would have a chance to vote on that new wording of the ordinance before it could even be enacted. And that's the history of it.
So then,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Select Board, Gordon Campbell, 277 Cape Monday Road, here in Harrison. The section that you just spoke to,
Yeah.
I believe it's on page 5, section 10, item number 7.
Yes.
Is that section limited, not only, how do I say this correctly? I believe that section is only limited to the shoreland residents, is that correct?
I believe so.
That's all that one talks to. It does not speak to all the other areas or potential fees that was just mentioned, about $200 for a mooring permit for a resident that does not live on the water. That's a completely separate section.
Right,
Correct.
that is correct.
That is, so this wording is only for shoreline residents.
Right. The zone that's being referred to is the shoreland.
Shorefront.
Shorefront properties.
Thank you.
Yep. Yes, Mike?
I was on the fees committee, and one thing that, and I'm also a select board member, one of the things we were looking at is just not setting fees, but also taking, so that if in the future, we have, this will be coming before you more probably after June too, because when we were setting fees, we were seeing that the fees are set by the select board. In some of our ordinance, it has fees set up in them. So every time you want to change that fee, it costs more to us, okay? And we're not making enough on that fee. Every time, since there's a monetary amount in the ordinance, we can't change it with only once a year, town meeting.
I know.
So we're going to be coming back to you more, I think, in the future, saying we're gonna remove the monetary amount out of the schedule. And anytime that, like, we're going to be having a fee, the select board will be having a workshop on fees too, so that the public can announce and talk
Yeah.
about this too. But we're trying to get it out of the ordinances so that we can manage our fees better without every time that we have to want to change a fee, have to do this, then it has to go to town meeting.
I agree.
And then
I know.
it's just a bottleneck right now.
Right, I know.
So that's why.
That's why most of the rewriting of any of the ordinances, the select board, that the planning board's related to, is we put in per fee schedule of the select board.
That's why, that's moving forward, we've been doing that, but
Right.
these are all fees that have been set before, and we're trying to get
Yes.
them, so that's
Yep.
why this is before you right now.
Yep. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Tom Hartner on Memory Lane off of Pittsburgh. Does that, the fee apply to, you mentioned shoreline zoning, or shoreline properties, what about right-of-way?
Yes.
Yes.
That, Mr. Fahey, do you have a feeling on that one?
I believe in order to get a mooring that's not in a public area, you have to have a right-of-way, so it would affect people that have a right-of-way or a deeded, whether it be written permission from a landowner to traverse or a deeded right-of-way. So yes, it would affect them as well.
Is that just intuitive that people should know that, or should that be expressed more explicitly? I don't know, in the ordinance.
I can't really answer that. I just figure if you have a legal access to the lake, expect to sometime in the near future pay for mooring, like all of the town, most of the towns do, I should say. If passed.
May I, just for clarification, do you all have a copy of this ordinance? On the page that we're looking? So, that is on the town website. Looks like this that we're referring to, this page here. And the title of this section is Shorefront Mooring Zone. It doesn't say shorefront property owners only. It's whoever is allowed to have a mooring in this zone. Right-of-ways, whatever your deed says. And I don't know how it goes, I haven't read it through, but whoever is allowed to have a mooring, that's who, on the shorefront, is who this applies to, just for clarification. And you're welcome, this is all on our town website, all the ordinances. Okay. What's that? That's up to them.
Does anybody want to
I have a copy.
right now?
And all that we're changing, all that they're proposing gets changed is number 7, it's one sentence. Right now it says, all moorings in this zone shall be permitted without a fee. All they're asking is to take those 3 words out, without a fee. That's it.
So at the end of the day, this is nothing more than a clerical.
Correct.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Correct.
Yep.
Well, what,
If I may,
Yes,
For now.
it's not just clerical.
For now.
It would allow the select board to eventually set a fee if they chose to do so. Right now, you can't be charged for it.
I get it.
That's all. Does anybody want to copy this? I'll run it some copy.
According to the fee schedule.
Right.
It will say according to, that's how everything's gonna be. That's just,
What we've
that's
been
just
doing
common
for years.
nomenclature that all
We've been doing that
policies,
for years.
ordinances, yeah.
Yep.
But what this does is it opens the door for the select board to set fees for those specific mooring.
Correct.
That's right. It takes it
Which-
off of our plate. It's not for us to do.
Understand?
Yeah.
Which the taxpayers are already paying for the cost of the harbor master within our mill rate. So this is in essence nothing more than another tax on those individuals within those areas to pay for these moorings.
So that is a good topic to take up with the select board during their fee
Well,
schedule
I've got two
workshop.
select board members here, so I'm just trying
Yeah.
to plant the seed for future
We don't discuss
discussions.
that here.
No, we
So
do
my-
not.
may I-
We are not getting-
But the other thing, if you also stop to think about it, is these individuals we want to tax for having moorings have no voice or very little voice in this community. Because they're not allowed to vote, they're not allowed to talk at town meetings because they're not residents. And they use very little of our services today.
You are,
And I would
I
wanna
believe
tax-
that you
I would
can
wanna
ask,
put a fee on it.
the select board chair, and he's here in the room, he can answer this. You ask permission to speak at a select board meeting, and I'm sure that would be okay. It's not like you're not allowed. Is that correct, Mr. Select Board Chair?
This was just,
Especially for a taxpayer, do they have an opportunity to speak on an item?
So there's two, yeah, I guess just quickly, I think you mentioned that this will not be an issue for the select board this year. It has to go to town meeting first,
Right.
which would be the vehicle where you're certainly allowed to speak
Just
against
passed to me.
the change to the ordinance.
Didn't really read it.
Town meeting, the ordinance. So the ordinance would have to pass, and then
And
this
then
time
you can-
next year,
Then you can do your thing.
when we review the fee schedules, we'd be looking at things like how many moorings are there, how much does the town pay for the harbor master? More from the point of view of it, are there services that are trying to offset from the general mill rate? And that's certainly one area that we would look at. I'm not sure, do you know how many moorings we have?
360 something moorings right now, I think it
Okay.
was.
So that's kind of the harbor
That's what
masters.
They
Yeah,
gave.
roughly.
The harbor master said that we have 360.
Okay, and that's
right now.
what he is supposed to track.
He said that basically, it was in such disarray when he received it that before, there's over 600 and something mooring numbers. But he has been going out on the water, checking these moorings, and as of right now, he has determined there's 360 something, between 360 and 370. And he also said, he's not here, he's at training, but he also said, just to remind, but 90% of his job is moorings. So this is one of the things that the harbor master suggested too, that when we're looking at fees and everything, we're not looking at taxing more money, but we're looking at, I live in town, I do not live on the water. Why should I pay for a harbor master that I'm not getting any services out of? If we're going
Those
to.
are, excuse me, Mike, these are discussions that are not,
Yeah.
this is outside the scope
Yeah.
of what we can deal with
But
here.
that's what the harbor master said, that we have 360 something moorings right now.
Okay.
And 90% of his job is moorings.
And certainly next year at this time, when the select board discusses fees, there'll be plenty of opportunity for
Right.
voicing their opinion.
Discussion.
But, certainly your point is, town meeting is probably the first order of business.
Mhm.
Speak for or against the ordinance.
Right, and all this hearing is about notifying the town and having the town be able to speak to the change on item 7, where it goes without a fee to, according to the fee schedule. That's it. That's where it's at. Yes, Phil?
I just have one question. I couldn't, in looking through some of the other towns, I don't see any of the towns that have an exclusion like this. They all seem to be pretty straightforward. I mean, they have different rates.
You're asking me?
I was just curious if you knew whether,
I know the harbor master, thank
Okay.
the Lord. I have enough to do.
good answer.
But from what I can understand, my knowledge is, towns that have moorings, the vast majority charge for them in some way, shape, or form. And they charge quite a bit.
Some of
I don't
them do,
believe that's
yeah.
anything here, but they, yes, they do charge fees.
Any other discussion on the wording? Hearing none. I will declare the public hearing closed. Good evening. Welcome to the planning board meeting of March 4th, 2026. We have a quorum. The first order of business is approval of the minutes of February 4, the public hearing.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve the public hearing minutes of February the 4th.
I'd second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion from the board? All in favor, please vote. It is unanimous. Now we have the meeting minutes from February 4.
And Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from February 4th.
And I would second that as well.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion from the board?
No?
Hearing none, please vote. That is unanimous. That brings us to Mr. Borsetti, and we are now open for public comment.
Can you review what it is, please?
Subdivision application up on Deer Trees Road. It's a 3-lot subdivision that Mr. Borsetti is doing,
And we have already gone through pre-app.
right?
We did not see it necessary to do a site walk,
Right?
given the weather and the familiarity.
Yep.
And so then we moved to, everything was in check, we approved, going through the flow chart, we approved
Yep.
the application package as complete.
Yep.
We got the additional information from the water district.
Yep.
Because these properties will be added now to the water district's water lines.
Yep.
And so that's been satisfied, and then the next step was to come here tonight for public comment. And barring any issues, we will be voting on the project. Correct? Is that right?
Correct. That is correct. Anybody here that has a comment about Mr. Borsetti's subdivision?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Identify
currently
yourself.
town winter.
Please identify yourself, sir.
My name is Carl Purdy, and I received a certified letter last week, this dated February 9th, and about this meeting. I'm just wondering, I guess, what's the purpose of the letter?
You are an abutter, therefore, you would get the letter to notify you that Mr. Borsetti is wanting to put a 3-lot subdivision on Deer Trees Road.
Right.
That's why you got the letter.
And since ground's already been broken, I guess this was just, I don't know, the purpose of the vote today, I guess.
Chip?
Yes, Mr. Fahey?
Mr. Chair, Mr. Borsetti, under state law and our ordinances, is allowed to build up here. He doesn't need a planning board public hearing for that. He can build, how many acres you think you're gonna?
17.
Okay, so he could build 17 houses, but it would all be one lot. he wants to sell each individual lot. So in order to do that by law, he has to go to the planning board because it's considered a subdivision. That's why we're here.
Okay.
That helps.
So they're approving the lot split itself.
Correct.
Not the number of houses, the lot splits.
So that helps explain it at all.
Okay. Yeah. I guess my only comment would be, I guess, concern, I haven't seen your plan, is for the runoff from the intermittent stream.
Yep, I have a smaller copy here, they have some larger copies you
Yeah.
can look at. We're using the stream as a property line, so there won't be any building around it. I have a 75-foot setback off of any stream up there.
As for logging.
Correct. Any culverts, or we actually don't need to get into any culverts in there, but there is old culverts up there from previous logging operations, an old sawmill, an old junkyard. So that stuff staying in place, really. That's the wetlands there that you see, we're staying away from that.
So there's this one lot and then.
Correct, and then there's third lot, actually.
Just out of curiosity, where are you building?
So this,
Down on the road?
nope, everything will be up against the back property line where there'll be higher elevation to the views.
You have a second one,
Yeah, I don't know if they have a larger plan.
we just haven't seen it.
Yep, no problem, it's just a little easier to look at for the plan. I don't know if they-
Everybody give me that, I can make some copies for those that might want it.
Can I steal that back?
Where are the larger plans? Do we have them here?
Not yet.
It'd be in your packet if we had them.
Did you guys do
Oh,
one?
I came to the town today just for the
I think the map.
Lot 3, lot 2, correct. Yep, so that's the shared driveway to go to lot 2.
People aren't allowed to look at these submitted documents? Ahead of
Oh,
time?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's all we got from the company.
Here to
And they emailed me.
No idea.
He was told he had to wait for the meeting.
Oh, yeah, I don't have it on here. I can
I'll ask
send
for
it to you.
clarification. Thank you.
Because I certainly don't want to be giving out the wrong information. I will ask them.
Yeah, because if it's approved, you guys need to sign off.
You did, you asked the town today for viewings, and they said you had to wait until the meeting, right?
So
Excellent.
Why I'm here.
Thanks a lot.
I'm the ugliest secretary you'll ever find.
Oh, nonsense.
Hey, there he is.
Jim, could you please offer some
Yeah.
clarification? Oh, wait, hold on. When a butters or whoever wants to look at these plans, as we're pending and we're in process, can they come in and ask to
I don't have
see
access to
them?
them. I don't have access to them. They get turned into the planning board, and once they get put in your folders, I don't go through your stuff. So if we wanted to make another folder for the public to view, we can, but it's like opening your mail, I won't do that.
Well, actually, the letter I got says to contact you if I want information.
And I don't have access to it because it's not addressed to me. But I can tell you all about it. Or we're gonna come and get it, like tonight. So, does anybody else need a copy? So I would recommend that if we want to have one, that unfortunately would dump on you young ladies, that we would create a 6 file for the public to view. 6 notebook for public viewing to come in and they can look at things.
Yeah,
That was all.
I don't know how, does it happen very often for you?
Not really, most people will either come to the meeting when it's being proposed, they come down to one of the planning board meetings if they have a desire to do so, but sometimes people can't make it down for a meeting and they like to come in during office hours to look at something. It's not something that has ever been a problem that is needed being addressed, but if we have one person it affects, then it's one person too many. So let's just create a 6 notebook.
It would
For
be
public file.
7, technically,
Let's 7 or whatever.
Who has the 6th one?
the alternate.
Oh,
So let's just create an extra notebook that we can leave out for public viewing. Probably
Would be
something.
nice, we would have loved to.
Sure. I mean, like I said, the only reason that we're here is because he wants to sell these as 3 individual lots, whereas if he was just building 3 houses on 1 lot, none of this would be happening.
Right.
So,
I understand. I just want to share the right information when people
Absolutely.
ask me the question. I don't want to steer them wrong, and no, we've all learned. I didn't know the
well,
answer to
it also, the letters also tell them to come, turn their applications into me and I'll review them, but I can't tell them I want to, I can say, it looks good to me, you're the governing authority.
Right.
So I can't say, yes, it's accepted. I said, I'll turn it in, but then you folks may want something like from the water district.
Right.
So, again, that's just, it's inaccurate information that's being presented to people, and they say, you turn it into me because I'm the one that's gonna turn it into the to the planning
Another
board.
thing for us to review, Mr. Chair.
Just, I guess
We need to review what that letter says and
I
make
guess
any changes.
my understanding is that I'm not sure what the purpose is of you notifying me.
Because the law says we have to.
And what, there's no recourse for me, I would assume.
There most certainly is. You get to come to the public hearing and express your opinion as to whether you want it or not. And then there's an appeals process afterwards if you want to go to Superior Court that you can appeal it to as well. So there are avenues for you to go through, but you can't appeal it to Superior Court if you don't participate in the process up to this.
Yeah, okay.
So in this case, the planning board has to have a legal reason to say no, just like if you came before me with a building permit, I'd have to have a legal reason to deny it.
Right.
And then you'd have to go to the appeals board. So they can't deny something that they don't legally have the right to do. So if it meets all the criteria of state law and our ordinances, then they have to approve it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jim.
Just FYI, so we're working on kind of like a chart, a flow chart of how to do business in Harrison. And it was these sort of things, because we don't always know, especially, the regular folk out there where this is. So this particular project, this is the 3rd or 4th month you've been through us. We've gone pretty streamlined. Gunnar knows how the drill works, and it's gone pretty well. So for us, it's old news.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that you're just now getting notified of that, but that's just kind of how the process says. We would not notify you of a project until we were sure that it had met our criteria so far, and it has, and now we would notify you. So we wouldn't notify you on the first day out. So again, it's kind of like a buyer beware, like you have to be aware, watch your planning board agendas, and I know those are not so easily to be visible, but it has been coming before us, and we have already asked many questions and reviewed, so I apologize that you
Could I
were.
just assume then that the work you've been doing has happened after the February 9th?
Yes, yep, and those driveway entrances have been all approved by the town and everything. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Any?
Did you have anything?
Where can I get a copy of where the septic is proposed to be?
You could probably ask Gunnar, and he can just answer that question for you.
So on that plan, you can see where the test pit locations are. So that's where a test pit was done,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean I have to put the septic system right there.
Okay, so where is the house gonna be? I'm just curious.
I don't even know if I'm gonna build on that lot. That lot's gonna probably just go up for sale as is, so whoever builds on it can
So
put it
the
wherever
septic
they
will be
want.
in this area right here?
Generally, it could be down over here on this corner.
My well is right there.
Right, I still have to be 100 feet from your well legally, which I would be, but the test pit doesn't have to be where the septic system's going, it just needs to be on the lot itself.
Okay. But as far as, just one of the last issue, water remediation on that?
Yeah.
What are you proposing over here, if anything?
Nothing, so the driveway would be coming up through here, anywhere I need to put culverts in.
And then the driveway would snake over to here?
Yep, yep, or wherever the lot.
And you're not gonna do anything in this area?
No, no.
Okay.
Curious, which lot are you not building on?
Lots 2 and 3 right now, we're not building on.
Oh, yeah. Lawrence building?
Correct. They'll have town water, a road for access, and power to them, but we're not doing any structures on them currently.
I see. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no, not a problem at all.
Thank you, Gunnar.
Yep.
You guys aren't on town water? You're not on town water?
No.
We'd love to now ask if 73 deer trees should be on town water.
Call the
Thank
water
you.
district. Yeah.
That's a possibility?
No, I doubt you'd be able to get enough deer trees. So, before all this, we built a house for the Reismans.
Right.
at that corner, they paid to bring town water up to their house. The line ends right there. So I would be paying out of pocket to continue the line up.
What do you on the other side of that?
We're just further up, Deer Trees.
Right.
Yeah, we're a little
Gunner's
bit up.
paying for all of that.
Right.
And then,
I was just making a.
and the district
Yeah, there's
may
no,
or
there's
may
no
not
line on
accept
Deer
it.
Trees Road at all.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wishful
Keep your own
thinking.
water.
Unfortunately.
I'd rather have my own water. I think Doc
I
has
was gonna
something.
say, I'm part of the water district,
Oh,
and they said they couldn't go high because of the pressure.
no.
Yeah, that's mentioned in the letter, that Gunner might have to put in a couple of pumps to pump
Yeah,
the
because he's
pressure up.
higher than we are.
But it's the reservoirs on top of Harrison Heights, so it's all based off of the elevations of where the
Right.
reservoir is on Harrison Heights in relation to everywhere else. So those houses might not have the best water pressure, they might need booster pumps and expansion tanks. Whereas if you're down the road 100 yards, you don't have any of that, you got 50 pounds of pressure, no problem.
And your lots, is that an option for folks? Can they opt out of being on the water
Yeah.
district?
Yep.
And have their own well put in?
Definitely. yeah.
They could.
Yep.
Okay.
Any other comments from the public? I declare the public part of this concluded, and board will please turn to page 8 in the packet, which is the final plan subdivision checklist. We will start on page 9. One through 7 are yes. 8 is no, 9 is no, and 10 is yes. Eleven is an NA, 12 is NA, 13, 14 are no, 15 is an NA. 16 through 19 are NA, 20 is a yes, and 21 is a no. On page 12, 22 is NA, 23 is NA, and 24 is no. And that brings us to the end of the final checklist.
Can,
I would say is complete.
can we go back to page 8?
Yes, we may.
We never really, we always just skim over that, but I just saw something that stood out to me. So that cover sheet, final plan subdivision
Yeah.
checklist.
Yeah.
Numbers 1, 2, and 3. We don't, can I just, it says Maine Department, the DEP understate is a wastewater discharge license needed. Is that a not applicable? Should we be filling this part out?
It's not applicable.
Okay, so, but should we be filling that out? It's not filled out. DHS, if the applicant proposes to provide a public water system completed on such and such a date or not applicable. What do we,
That's a good question. Because we've always had drilled wells for everything that we've been doing
so
up
what do we,
until now.
so again, this is what I'm saying, we've proposed and we're working on streamlining our application process.
Yeah, I know Jeff had talked to
What is-
state about the project, because he needs to.
Yeah.
Right.
And he, it's just an extension of their line,
Right.
so I don't think I'm
Right.
creating, and
So
he
it's
didn't
not
have
new.
anything.
No, and I'm okay with that. I'm just saying for us, if our job here is to dot i's and cross t's on applications, we don't ever go through this page. And now,
We haven't
not that
had,
anybody's ever gonna come back and check on us, but what do we want to say here?
That's not applicable.
Well, at the moment, it's not applicable because, as Gunnar said, the buyers of the lots have this available to them, or if they want to spend the extra money, they could drill their own well.
So we're saying this is not applicable.
That's the way I would feel.
He's not providing the public water.
He's giving them the opportunity to, because it was less expensive for him to do that than to go and drill 3 wells.
So you're not doing any of that work until you've sold, until you know what the new owners want to do?
Yeah, and if it is, it's just putting in the pipe and the water district's connecting it all, so we're
Okay.
not, you know, the water district's connecting everything on the main end, we're not tapping into that ourselves, that'd be
Right.
work done by the water district.
I'm just trying to, do we care about this?
That's,
So,
I don't see that it's applicable.
And then the last, the number 3 is if an engineered subsurface wastewater disposal system or systems is to be utilized.
but he had, you have
Isn't that basically a septic
Yeah.
He has-
system?
And he has the results from the test pit, as I understand from reading all of
So we
this.
would not fill out that it says
Right.
completed on such a date?
Right.
Do we ever fill that out?
Unless you can do the inspections on it when it's installed.
Just gonna make note, why do we even have it in our application? Okay, thank you.
Okay.
To answer your question, Wendy,
Yeah.
there may already be one there. That's why it's on your application. It's a one size fits all. So there's not one there. There is a plan. It will be inspected as it's built. But for you, for this specific case, it's not for me.
Yeah, and just in my, how I've always read it, where I'm in here, and I'm like, obviously working with you guys,
Yeah.
want everything to flow. I always kind of thought that more provided to like major subdivisions that had like a major wastewater plan or something where
Right.
you needed a
That's the way I
special state permit or a DEP permit to do whatever.
Community subdivision.
Right,
It doesn't say
exactly.
that, so that's what our checklist is also. Thank you.
The chair will entertain a motion that the final section of his application is complete.
I would move that it's complete.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Please vote. We are all in favor. Go forth, young man.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Gunnar.
Pleasure working with you guys as
It's
always.
a pleasure to work with you again.
Yeah.
That moves us to your business.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Thank you.
Before anybody
Hi, good to
leaves,
see you.
Yeah, before anybody leaves, it is really icy out there.
yeah, it's very icy. Be very, very careful.
Hi, Susan. Are you up for the
Yeah,
weekend?
yeah, and then, right,
You
yes,
are?
yes, exactly.
Okay.
That actually is on the checklist for same thing with the
This jewelry here was called, so I have the park lots very nice. Very, very nice.
Thanks. I went to the cottage last weekend. I got approved, actually. I went through inspection. You have to be inspected up there. Not like you.
All right. If you want to continue your conversation, please take it outside.
Gavel,
That's okay.
Gavel.
Gavel, gavel, gavel.
gavel, gavel. All right.
Mr. Marsters. Hi.
How we doing?
Good.
All right.
So now's your moment of free advertising. Tell us what you're doing.
Oh, well, we would like to put drivers in with Fred at 16 Smith Street, on the second floor of our garage.
Is that what you're calling it? Driver's Ed with Fred?
That's the
I
name.
love it.
It's not really fresh.
Oh, there's an LLC on that.
Yeah.
So you had to change the sign from door on it, right?
Right. Right, so that, there's a picture of the Gorham sign there, just to give you an idea of what we've got for signage down there. It probably will be a slight bit smaller than what's there, but that's the basic idea, something basic, no lights.
The sign was already, frame was already built down there. Fit us, I mean, the sign down there.
Oh, I see. Right.
So working with the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, as well as the State Fire Marshal's Office on building restrictions and what we have to do inside there to make it safe, because the Bureau of Motor Vehicles requires a life safety access as well as a number of students that we can carry. Now, our septic system, based on the study we had done there, allows us to have 9 students at a time. So that's the plan. We may do 2 classes a month. Our classes are based on having an orientation night, which is about an hour and a half, usually from 5 to 6:30, something like that. The next 2 nights will be class nights from 5 to 8 p.m. And then we get them back after about 4 to 5 weeks for a permit test night for an hour. So those are the only times that we actually have everybody on site.
Right.
From there, we do a lot of picking up students at schools.
Right.
To drive with them. And sometimes they're meeting at the house or whatever, so it's gonna be what works out with each. So I don't have final approval from the State Fire Marshal's Office, but I figured I needed to figure out if I could put a business in there first.
I agree. It is kind of a weird 22 situation, but yes, it's always good to get local approval first, and we base our approval upon state. Once the state has approved what you're doing, then you can go forward. But you've cleared our hurdle is the general process.
Okay. So I've been kind of holding off on finalizing with the State Fire Marshal, just because I wanted to see what was going on here. But I know what he wants now.
Right, that's the important
They're gonna make him
thing.
happy.
Yeah.
2-hour fire rating on walls.
Yeah. Let's see, that's 2 layers of 5/8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hour and a half bird doors.
They're not cheap.
Is your house, I'm just trying to picture which house is yours. Is it where the Schiffersteins are? Where they have their
This was,
drafting, their,
Phil Jackson.
Phil
GPS?
Jackson's house.
Oh, Phil and Diane Jackson's house, gotcha.
Yeah. So they added this nice 27 by 27 garage on the back end.
Yeah.
It's a view. Should we go through the checklist, Mr. Chairman?
I'm just going through to make sure I understand what we're talking about.
Oh, right here, sir.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, yep.
Here, across the street from Scott. Probably if I looked out here, I could see it.
Just about.
Throw a rock. He says I could throw a rock and hit you. I doubt it, but not that good of a throw. All right. Are you living there?
Yeah.
They're living in the house, not the garage.
They're not living in the garage, no.
The garage has always been,
Just clarify that.
has it ever been used for anything? Is it just a garage?
Just a garage.
He was gonna put an art studio.
Slash-
up there, and then he didn't.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And is there a bathroom up there? Can't
That's
tell
part of
what's-
the plan is to put a bathroom up there. The state's gonna require us to have a bathroom.
Yep.
So
Handicap.
I'm looking at this. This is what, basement and first floor and then second floor? Is this proposed?
Yeah, that's a drawing off from a appraisal I had done, which I thought was kind of
Are you going to be putting a bathroom in, I guess is where.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
looking at.
absolutely.
You don't have a bathroom there now? You're going to be putting one. Gotcha.
They can't enter a house, so they can't use that, that's one room over.
You have to have a locked door between the
And
business and the house.
is that a state regulation?
Yes.
That's, like, we're not saying that, but
No,
that's your,
state.
That's
that's a
state.
driver's ed.
Bureau of Motor
thing.
Vehicles, yeah.
Yes.
We're overseeing.
Oh, for Bureau of Motor Vehicles says that you
DOT.
can't have students go into your private home. That's the law.
It's gotta be a locked
Gotcha.
door.
Gotcha.
When I
It's safer for everybody.
When I first started out, though, it didn't matter. We were right in the same room and everything.
Okay,
Shall we start our review?
sure.
We will start on site plan review checklist, section D, page 3. I am going to say that A is a yes.
Do you have a copy of this to go through it with us?
I think I have it right here.
There may be some things that we'll ask to change or more information.
Page 3 I have.
So right out of the box, the first one should be a yes. 2 is a yes. B is a yes. C is an A. D and E are yes. On the map requirements, A through D are no. E is an A. F, that's public water there.
What happened to E?
E, I said is NA. But
So
I'm
public
open for
water-
discussion on that.
Just be,
Should be yes on.
it should be yes, no, or NA. We're not leaving it blank. What did you say, NA?
I said NA for E.
Because it's not to be developed.
Right.
Gotcha.
Larry, you said what for F?
I would think it'd be a yes.
Well, they're serviced by the water district.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to, I've never had to deal with that. No, I'm just asking, do we need, Jim, do we need a drawing showing where the water main comes in and all of that, or not?
I interpret that to be for subdivisions.
Okay.
Marking it for.
I'll take that.
So in A.
Take safe. In this case, he's got an existing water line he's running off of.
And he's not doing any excavation or anything, so we don't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
I will take it as an NA.
All right.
So that would be from from the original, so G is a yes. We have drawings showing where they're located, the building,
And use.
so that becomes a yes.
Thank you for that. Those were
That becomes a yes.
handy.
Just throwing all the information I can out.
We
So
appreciate
H
it.
becomes a yes, all right? You with me?
H is a yes.
Yep.
NA for I.
And NA for I. So that does bring up the question, you have 9 students there, that doesn't necessarily mean you gotta park 9 cars, right?
Right.
When they're there, but,
But the first night, because of the parent orientation, there will be those 9 cars. Now, the driveway, if you look at the description of the driveway, you see that's wide enough.
that's
to
what I was
probably put
thinking.
3 cars across 2 deep, and then 2 or 3 more cars behind it if I had to.
Right.
My suspicion is people are gonna wanna park on the side of the street.
And how long is the first night orientation,
An hour and a
time-wise?
half.
Hour and a half?
So it's not something that's gonna be a long time. You may have some people that linger for 10 or 15 minutes
Right.
asking questions or something.
And it wouldn't be like at 10 o'clock at night, it's coming.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no. We're pretty much done 8:30 at the latest, on the class nights. We finish at 8. Sometimes you'll get questions after, so.
Yeah, parents don't stay the other 2 nights.
Are there sidewalks on Smith Street?
On the other opposite side.
On the opposite side.
Opposite side.
Impassable there.
Huh?
Impassable there.
They're on your side.
Yeah, just block them off.
Yeah.
Auxiliary box.
People, at public hearing, people may ask that, so, want to know how it impacts them. Okay.
I don't see a problem. I think he does have enough capacity in the driveway to be able to accommodate the cars for that. So I still stand that I is NA. Any other discussion on that? Are people
No.
agreeing or not agreeing?
No, I'm agreeing, and I'd actually already written it down as NA.
Done. So you got that, I is gonna become NA,
Yep.
all right? No changes to landscaping.
On J, location of existing public utility lines is a yes. Did you actually indicate that? That's what this asks, right? Indicate that? I don't know that we would have asked that, but it is circled yes, so I'm
I
just
see
wondering
that, I
why.
think that's more of subdivision.
I know, but he's circled yes, so
I know,
I'm just
and I'm
asking.
thinking he can either, we can change it to no or NA.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah.
I think it's an NA, but I want to
Right.
give the
I
applicant a minute, of time to explain, unless we're missing
were-
something.
Page 5, the top one, J, we're recommending that goes to NA.
Which is fine. I mean, there's
Right.
there's
Okay.
a telephone pole right by the end of the driveway. with all
And you
the-
indicated that?
I
and you-
probably didn't.
Huh?
Right.
No.
Probably left it off there.
Well, then that would verify why you said yes.
You won't be changing any of the
He's not
utility
changing it.
poles
No.
or anything,
No,
right?
okay, all right. Good. Location and design of proposed
We have
off-street
that.
parking and loading areas.
We have
Parking
that.
in the driveway and side of the street. Is it NA?
You know, though, that really, we should probably put that down as NA, otherwise he might have to put lines in his driveway. Parking stall lines.
Who would say he has to put lines in his driveway?
I'm just saying,
Who has authority over that?
Jurisdiction,
Is that a, I mean, I hope not. Miss Maple has 10 parents coming in and out of her yard every day.
I don't.
Do you want to do parallel parking in my horseshoe?
Well, that should be reviewed.
Huh?
We'll teach you how.
We'll teach you how. You teach parents to pull up.
I think the K applies to subdivisions
Again.
and other
Okay.
larger businesses,
K is
So would that be
subdivision.
NA?
so that'll become NA.
Good. That should just come right off our application then.
No. You're not gonna be adding, are you adding any outdoor lighting?
No.
To what you have?
No.
Thank you.
We have a motion sensor light on the back where the entrance is gonna be.
Right?
We have a motion sensor on the front of the garage, above the garage doors. And then we have a patio light that's a little further down the driveway, so I think we've got ample light.
Let's leave it as yes. So are you changing any of the plantings or anything because of
No.
this project?
No.
Right, so that should be no.
It says no change in landscaping,
Right.
existing trees on property. Yeah, that should be a no.
And the sign, let's talk about the sign.
So the sign, I'm thinking that we're gonna put on the front lawn to the house side of the driveway. On the other side of the driveway, I've got some rather large trees, and I think I'm gonna get into some roots and stuff before I put a sign in there.
Right.
But I need to step back far enough so that coming out of the driveway, you're able to see traffic. So I haven't actually measured that yet, but that was something I was thinking about doing. But probably, I'm guessing 3 or 4 feet in from the driveway, and probably at least 5 or 6 feet in from the road.
And the dimensions for the
I
sign?
believe that one, the sign itself is, the blue section, I believe that's 2 by 4. maybe 3x4.
That's still well within,
What's this group?
it's our 32.
Because we don't have a sign ordinance.
We do in shoreline, but we can't apply it to anywhere else. But we can ask.
Nothing in commercial, village commercial, which is where you are, right? Village commercial district.
No. Smith Street is not part of the limited commercial.
Oh, it's
district.
not?
No, it's residential.
Okay. So they can put as big a sign up as they want.
As long as it doesn't affect Scott.
Well, yes, but we try to keep them consistent in town to stay at under 32.
So the lighting, what are you doing? Are you gonna light the sign?
No, that's right.
No lights on the
No
sign,
light on the
thank you.
I don't think we need extra lights.
Yeah, we already have one of the ugliest lights in the county, right on that street.
Oh, that street light?
The street light, yeah. Yeah.
My father shot that out a couple of times.
I was thinking of that.
So there are ways to take that.
That street light will illuminate it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you already had, yeah.
Gruesome
Okay.
light.
So that's a,
So it's not being lit.
N is a yes,
Yep.
okay. O, disposal of sewage,
It's on their, it's going into their septic tank.
so that's a yes.
P is a no, Q is a no, R is a no. Ah, thank you.
How many, is 9 students, is that what you would expect to have for a class size? Is that,
Gorham, we have 20, but
okay,
Right.
we'll just have a couple of classes instead of one
okay.
in a month, or spread it out. And the state restricts us to a certain amount of students, depending on how big the room is. But
Right.
the room down at Gorham is smaller than that, and you have 35 in Gorham, so.
Yeah, they have their restrictions too. Okay.
Yeah, but is it sprinkled?
Down there,
Yeah.
No.
no.
No?
Okay.
So, on to the next page. A is NA. And B can go either way, we'll leave it yes.
Yeah.
C is a no, D is a no. And E and F are left either blank or yes on purpose, and that's fine. The chair will entertain a motion of completeness, pending changes.
I make a motion that the preliminary site plan for for driver's ed with Fred is complete.
I'd second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion from the board? Or comments from the applicant? Nope.
None from me?
Hearing none.
None from Cameron?
May we please have a vote? We have a unanimous all in favor. That brings us to the next step, which will be public hearing, right?
Yeah.
I know the flow, following the flow chart.
Well, the flow chart would say a sidewalk and or a public hearing.
Don't need a sidewalk.
Do you
Does
feel
the
we need a
board feel they
sidewalk?
need to go wander through his barn?
That's not done yet?
It's a nice garage. It's not a.
He's wanted in it.
Partially, I think EMV's gonna take care of the inspection.
I think DMV is also gonna take care
So
of it.
do we haven't in the past, we don't make a vote on that. We're just saying that we
Right.
agreed not to do a site plan.
Right.
And
A
I can make
sidewalk.
note on that, findings of fact,
Yes.
why we're not.
Yep,
Not necessary.
Right.
Is what we're gonna say. DMV, got it covered. that's legal verbiage, okay?
I do think we should have a public hearing because I think we may hear from abutters about this.
Absolutely.
We got two abutters right here.
Yes.
Next month.
Yep,
So we could do public hearing at 5:30 and
Yep.
then
finish it up,
finish it up
Yep.
at 6 o'clock.
correct.
It could go
Now,
that
should
quickly.
I have my final approval from the fire marshal by then, or should I wait
It
on
would be
this?
good, it would be good if you
It'd be
did.
good if you could. If you can't,
Okay.
then it'll be just approved pending
Okay.
fire marshal approval.
So are we saying that we're asking for more information?
Well, he needs to get that space approved by the fire marshal before he can get started.
I understand, but you're saying pending, so,
Yeah, I don't
but
think
that's not for us.
Yeah, I think we can leave it that, because that would supersede our authority anyway. This is the state.
We don't have
the
a
state
business-
bureau. Yeah, the state Bureau of Motor Vehicles is mandating whether or not it's appropriate, so I think that would be.
It's not for
that-
us.
That would supersede what
Right, I
we
mean, you know,
require.
my point of view being that we are in the process of approving a space for public occupancy, and that would be the only reason that I would say that pending the review and approval of the DMV.
Or have, just the
The
door,
fire
the
marshal.
door and yeah, just, I mean, Jim could do it, right?
No.
Check.
No, what I'm saying is, I don't think that should be in our verbiage right now with motion or approval. It has nothing to do with us. We can
No,
make
the
a
question-
personal comment, but I'm
Right.
not gonna put it on
No.
Yeah.
findings
The
of fact or
question-
anything.
The question on the table was whether he needed to have the approval by the fire marshal by the time he comes back next month. And I said it would be nice,
Right.
but not
We don't need it.
necessary.
It's not, your approval or denial here is not
Wouldn't be
contingent on
contingent.
that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yes, Jim?
See, you don't have to keep scheduling separate public hearings for agenda items. This is gonna go on next month's agenda,
Yeah,
all right? And it's public participation, so when you get to it on there,
just like we did tonight.
if it's the
With
first thing,
Gunnar.
you say, okay, this is what we're working on.
Gotcha.
Right.
We've accepted the application as complete.
Yeah.
Yep,
Does any from the public want to comment on it?
right.
Gotcha.
You don't need to hold a separate public hearing and then you meet
Okay.
at 6.
Like we did with Rossetti tonight.
We're-
Exactly.
Correct.
That's part of that. You don't need
All right.
a separate public hearing.
That's fine.
That's much better.
And also, when you
So-
call for a vote,
That's much
you need to
easier.
say, let's have a vote, all in favor.
Yeah.
Everybody's voting, but you're not saying what are they voting, are they voting yes or no? So you need to say, let's have a vote, all in favor.
Yeah, right, yeah. Okay, so, in April, we
Sorry,
will
Jim,
have,
you're still looking.
That's good, Jim, and technically you're supposed to ask for opposing as well. But,
It's unanimous.
yeah, it's actually,
like it's your first time doing this or something.
Robert's
Oh, I'm getting
rules
sloppy.
gets a
What can I say?
Robert's rules gets a little arcane.
Okay,
On to finding
So-
fact on the big-
Great.
April 1st.
is that the date?
That
April
is the first
1st?
Wednesday of next month.
Okay.
Oh,
April
funny day.
first. Funny
Okay.
day.
April Fools.
Laughs on me.
What's the matter?
Findings of
Last
fact.
We can't even be here.
That's all set.
Um,
Sign 'em.
You've got a class then.
Yeah, forum from 5 to 8.
Are we meeting in 2 weeks for anything?
As of right now, no.
What's your in 2 weeks look like? Just
But-
curious.
Is that enough time to get the notice in the paper and all of that?
It does,
I'm asking that, Mr.
Public
Chair,
comment.
because,
it doesn't have to go in the paper. That was for the ordinances, we had to put
Right.
it in the paper.
Public comment
But
doesn't
I just have to mail out the
Abutters.
abutters.
so you would have 2
Because
weeks.
it doesn't matter, if we go to May, it doesn't matter to you, because you're still waiting for the state to give you approval to start anyway. So if you want to just put it on the agenda for May,
Well,
so they can be here?
that's fine with me. There's no reason for you to stop doing the project and getting the state done and everything. Obviously, the
Yeah.
further out it goes, the more you'll have done.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I can get the state cleared away, then
When's our class in May?
start going ahead with other stuff, so.
Right.
When do you anticipate starting?
When were you hoping to be open?
Well, last April.
Oh, okay, all right.
At this point, it would be nice, because we've still got the construction to do. Ideally, we'd like to have our first class in November here.
Oh, so we're not in a big hurry here. Okay,
Well, except that I gotta get construction done.
right, but
Right, but
For-
that's just
for
you
us.
now can.
And then I have to have the
You
state
can now
fire
go
marshal
forward with
inspect
that.
it, and I have to have the Bureau of Motor Vehicles inspect it.
We can't
Yes,
even-
Jim.
We can't even advertise till the Bureau of Motor Vehicles.
For the applicant's knowledge, he can get a building permit
Yeah.
to remodel.
Right.
He just can't open it as a school
Right.
until it gets approved. So if he wants to come apply for his building permits, he can start construction yesterday.
I
Right.
got that in my folder.
okay, so why don't we just say May then?
Yep.
Okay.
May 6th is the first Wednesday of the month, which is when we have our meetings. Is that
Yeah.
good?
Yeah,
Does that work
Okay.
with you?
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Done.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I think this will be I'm not supposed to say.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
So you need a motion to accept the application as complete.
Didn't we already do that?
We did.
Did you do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now I'm losing it.
Sorry.
Well, he just said,
You nodded
he just
off
said raise your
temporarily.
hand, he
We
didn't
did
say
that.
what you wanted.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
We can do it again. Do you want to do it
Hang
again?
on, Jamie, too long.
All right.
I'm sure Amy's got it correct for
I'm
us.
sure she does.
All right,
Findings.
we need to sign the findings of fact for Green Allen.
So we are all done with,
Yes, you are,
Driver's ed with
you are
Fred.
all set.
All right, good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you.
No, I have it over
Oh, you
here.
have it.
I just give you guys a copy to look
Oh,
at.
okay.
So that way,
we can sign findings of fact, and
Yeah.
I'm going to start roughing out these ones.
Yep,
Maybe Cameron can help me. I'm gonna do Fred and Regina right now. I need a mailing
See, I got
address, I
this
see
thing.
16 Smith
Very
Street.
oh, it's
Why
because
does it
Larry
say
took his
number
binder,
593?
and he has the copy that I realized I needed to
See where it
get on.
says number
So, no,
593?
that was the new one. The one
The
that
new
was,
one?
yeah, the one sitting out was the new one. I just couldn't print
Hey,
yours
Doc?
out.
Or not?
So I put,
that might be.
So we can
the
sign
other
this
one.
one.
no, I have the one to sign over here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is that a tax map? All right.
Tax map is 45-0018.
To vote 5 to 5.
Get out of here.
Okay, the name of the property
Exactly,
owner
that'd be
is
you,
Fred
Fred.
and Regina. The applicants are also Fred and Regina.
Yes.
The street address is the same as the mailing address.
Correct.
Zoning, is that none?
Yeah, there's no zoning there.
Realize that was out of limited. Tax map and lot,
45.
45-0018.
it's a warranty deed, I already
Yeah.
saw that. The applicant proposed the following structure, classroom
Classroom in second floor garage.
on second floor garage. And right now, it's not developed, is
Correct.
that right? Yeah, so I'm gonna say to be
Yeah, I find it much
built,
easier just to look
to
at the
be,
binder instead of
not
trying
built,
go
but
through those.
to be,
Remodeled,
Yeah.
to be converted
converted or remodeled.
with
And then those Jamie has to
Yeah.
sign.
restrooms. Property is currently being used as residential.
Yep.
Do you have a block, do you have a pen block?
Conditions and character are rural residential. Planning board met
You
on
sign it.
March
I don't think it is.
4
Maybe it is.
Yep.
to deliberate. We will not do a site walk, but we will have public comment on May
Yes.
6.
Yep.
That's it.
Thank you.
Additional facts.
So did you
Don't
speak
forget
together?
we're talking about parking.
I did.
These kids don't have their licenses yet, they're driving here. They're gonna get dropped off.
Right, but that's what, you know,
Nobody's gonna sit there 3 hours waiting for them, unless they're a real helicopter parent.
Apparently, it's just.
Yeah, they'll be
it's
at
just-
the mill.
they'll be at the mill. Yeah.
So the kids can drive them home once they get their permit.
Yeah.
Get your permit, you can drive home.
Isn't that how we all do it?
Yeah. What, I don't know, I used to work for BMV, I was a licensed examiner.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So-
Tim, what have you not done?
Been
So
successful in
talented.
marriage, but other than that. I've done a lot, haven't done it well, but I've done a lot.
Are we still in session,
Yes,
Mr.
we
Chair?
are.
We won't have a
Okay,
lot
can
up
we
there. Just a piece on
sign
that.
something and
That we
conclude?
dropped off.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Okay, I'm gonna keep this in my book.
So this is for us.
Okay, any other, we still have to sign, whoever has not signed, myself included, have to sign.
Where is it?
Findings
Over
of
here.
fact.
Okay,
I will go.
what's this one? Oh, Gunner, we're all set with Gunner. Conclusions of law.
First tracks is one in here.
Wait a minute, well, there's one more item.
What? Well,
Update on special projects if the board has any.
I don't have any update.
I think we're all okay, aren't we? Do you have anything to add, Scott?
The survey.
Right.
We're gonna vote on the survey Wednesday, and so I just wanted to, planning board, I think we've asked Kristen to alert the select board to it, if they wanna just take a look at it.
Right.
Because it's gonna be published and
Yeah.
ready to go. Alls we're gonna decide on Wednesday is when do we open it and when do we close the survey.
Right.
Do we have that in our shared thing? Which you're gonna, still can't get in, so.
On your W
On
down
my
at
team, yeah. I sent you-
harrisonmaine.org.
I see you didn't get the screenshot, I sent you the denial screenshot, but I can show you tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I had mentioned to Cameron was,
I don't know why I was getting on it.
yeah, that's very odd, is maybe just deleting the application and reloading it and making sure you're signing in with your.
Can we talk after we adjourn?
Yeah.
No, I gotta leave it.
You gotta
set.
leave.
Oh.
You'll be there next Wednesday.
I sure will.
And in the meantime, I'll
Well, I'd
send,
like to look at things beforehand.
let me just send you the link and see if you can
Yeah,
open up the link itself.
I have not downloaded the app, so on my phone, maybe I'll have better luck. I'll figure it out. I'll get somebody to help me.
Because so Outlook, you're out of Outlook, Teams and everything. You can't access
It
anything.
wouldn't let me in today. no?
Teams expired for me, yeah.
Yeah,
But you were in it. You were in, your Outlook did work.
yeah, I uploaded documents and everything, but today it's not letting me.
Because
You gotta go, but I'm around all weekend.
So
Maybe we
let's,
should-
let's adjourn.
No,
No? You don't want to adjourn?
I just want to know where we're at with reviewing these applications. I put some time into this. Amy's put time into this with hard copies that we're supposed to be looking at.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want a separate workshop, but I really would like to bring closure to this. Either we're going to complete this project or we're not. I don't want to just leave it out there hanging.
Yeah, I've gone over it. My suggestion is I sent to you guys was, I think we should have a separate workshop on it, devote an hour and a half to it. Make sure
And get
it's-
it done.
Yeah, get it done,
you
knock it off.
want to do it before planning, the next?
You want to do it in 2 weeks?
Do it in April. Hey, yes.
Or April?
Jim?
Where do we stand on the short-term rental ordinance?
We don't. I know.
That needs to be addressed. It's not going to happen this year, obviously. I don't think we have time
Well,
now.
last year they said we didn't have time, it was supposed to happen this year, what happened? I mean,
The planning board needs to sit down,
We have
as
a
we
rough-
say every year, and make out what our goals and priorities
We
are.
have a rough draft of that.
We have-
have a
what
rough
was the
draft
problem
of
with it,
the
Mr. Chair? It was
SAO.
already written, was it sent to the lawyer, and what?
Oh, yeah, we were waiting for legal to come, the new legal to come back, right?
Correct.
Right, I don't know what the school with legal is, because we've got several issues that I haven't heard anything, is that because our legal budget's used up right now? I don't know.
Where are we at with
I
that?
will ask John where we are at. Because I gave Alex a list of things and he has all the material to review, and I haven't heard back, and that's because I haven't been to the squeaky wheel, and I should be.
Well, I have to send him something tomorrow on one case that's already headed to court. I will ask him where we stand on that.
Okay.
I have your permission to do so.
Yep, you do.
Can we come back in 2 weeks to wrap up?
Yes, let's
Or-
come back in 2 weeks and wrap it
And
up.
maybe have some short-term rental ordinance information and
Hopefully.
these loose ends, just can we keep these moving?
Yep.
Yeah, because I thought the last ordinance you guys put together, which was, it took out all the fees other than an inspection fee, was very well written.
I thought so.
And it's not in the effort to prohibit people from doing it, it's just so they can be inspected for safety purposes. One of them that has been a real problem as far as the numbers of people staying there is in the process of being sold to a private couple that will live in it year-round. Which is gonna eliminate one of those problems, but they're selling it as a 5-bedroom house.
And it's
And
not.
it's only got a 3-bedroom septic system, so during that due diligence process, it was brought up. The sellers were refusing to expand the septic, the new owners said to take 2 of the bedrooms out of the basement. So that will solve that problem, and we won't have that over usage, but that's the major problem, is especially on the waterfront, with the people cramming 15, 18, 24 people in a 3-bedroom house on a 3-bedroom septic, and that's where,
It's a total safety issue. I just went through the process in Millinocket.
Yeah.
I just had my inspection on Sunday.
yeah.
I have to be inspected for short-term and long-term. It was a very simple,
Both of those things.
it was very simple.
If you do both of those
But
things,
you,
it'll work.
but we need to do it.
So we're gonna do a workshop in 2 weeks, and we can do both of those.
Okay, so what is that date?
2 weeks, 2 weeks today.
2 weeks.
The 18th, and at what time?
We want to do it on the first.
I can do 5:30. I'm out of work at 4:30,
Every
so
Wednesday.
I can come right down to 5.
Municipal affairs.
It
So we
is.
do it at 5:30, I'll give us.
Presenting it.
Half an hour will give us time to do one, not 2.
Well, we're only, what are you talking about? We're
So
gonna,
STR and the app.
yeah, we gotta take the time. We just gotta get moving on them. I don't
So
know.
you want?
Why, are we saying we have a cutoff
Scott,
time?
you can't make it in 2 weeks, is what I'm hearing you say, right?
I would prefer not to. I would like to, do all of our business on one Wednesday night. I mean, this was an hour.
Start at
If we
5
took
o'clock
If
on
we
the
took a
4th.
5 o'clock start, we could be out of here by 7:30, do a workshop and a meeting.
I can do a 5 o'clock.
Let's do it that way.
5 o'clock on the 1st,
No, March 18th
5 o'clock on the 18th.
for a workshop.
Are we talking about the 18th, or are we talking about the 3rd of
You're not
April?
talking about doing that at a regular meeting.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. If you want to get it on for a vote at the town meeting this year, when does it have to be into the select board by to get on the warrant?
Because it's gonna have to go to public hearing.
We've already had public hearing on this,
The select board will have to have a public
Yeah.
hearing on it.
so.
So would you know that
8.
timeline?
Warrant
April.
articles have to be in and posted 7 days prior to town meeting, like posted to the public.
Yeah, but they've got,
They
you've got
vote on
the
them
2 week.
at some point in May.
We need to meet ASAP, basically. We don't really have a month to
Well,
wait.
that's only if you want to get the short-term rental, attempt to get it on this year's
So-
town meeting. If not, then there's no rush.
It'd be nice to get it on this year's.
I'd love to see it.
I'd
on
love
this
to
year.
see it on this
You're
year.
kicked around for 3 years, so.
In
Basically,
terms of the
I
deadline,
mean,
we
it's
can't get much past April
Scott,
because there's
yeah,
no
it's
time
alright,
after
fine.
that.
They don't want to be here, and that's cool, because we're not changing the ordinance, we just want to know what the status of it is.
Right.
To report back for that, and so it's not as if, we're not changing anything about it.
True.
It's unless the
Yeah.
lawyer says this
So
has
if
to be
you can't
changed.
make it in 2 weeks, that's fine. We'll just
Right.
do it.
We'll be all right.
Let's just do it in 2 weeks.
Then we're just working on
We'll just do it in
application
2 weeks.
cleaning up, and
Yeah,
that's
I know
no
what Alex
deadline on
says.
that.
Okay, super.
It will, remind me, let me go leave myself home, I'm not in tomorrow,
Right.
I got training, so I'll call him Friday.
April 18th at 5 o'clock,
That
we're
works
gonna
for
have
me
a
because then I'm
workshop.
actually back at work over there.
Is that correct? April
All
18th
right,
at
you all
5
have
o'clock?
lovely-
April 18th at 5 o'clock.
Is that gonna, bye Scott, is that going to, does he have coffee chat?
No, that's just once a month,
The 1st, yeah.
the first Wednesday of the month.
All right.
And
He did not vote to adjourn, but he's been
Do we
excused.
need
He
to be
was
5
excused.
o'clock, or
We
you
have
want to
a
do 5:30?
Let's do 5 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm out of work at 4:30, so I just soon
Just zoom in.
yeah, if I get hanging around,
All right.
and hopefully we can get done.
Yes.
It'll be sunset later,
Yes, I
and
know.
I wanna be out by sunset.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Yes? Okay, we're done.